From the FIFA World Cup to the NBA, the PBA to the UAAP and NCAA, the Asian Games to Manny Pacquiao, volleyball to MMA, the past 12 months truly was a great year for Filipino sports fans. Here are some of the most memorable sports headliners that bannered the year that was. San Miguel Corporation dominates PBA. San Miguel Corporation owned 2018. For the first time in the history of the Asia's first professional basketball league, one company dominated all three conferences of the PBA. The San Miguel Beermen annexed their fourth straight Philippine Cup title against sister team Magnolia last May, while Ginebra rode on undersized, do-it-all forward Justin Brownlee to the Commissioner's Cup title at the expense of San Miguel last August. Then it was Magnolia's time to shine in December. The Hotshots dismantled Alaska in 6 games to complete SMC's domination of PBA 2018. Outside of basketball, SMC also made its presence felt in volleyball as Petron bagged the Grand Prix, Challenge Cup, Beach Volleyball, and the All-Filipino Conference in the Philippine Superliga. Kai Sotto stands tall as Ateneo takes title versus Nude. Kai Sotto became a household name in 2018 as the 7-1 wonderkind showed off in the UAAP Season 80 Juniors basketball tournament. The eventual finals MVP was a beast in Game 1 of the finals against the New Bull Pups, tallying a triple-double of 22 points, 16 rebounds, and 11 blocks in the 86-70 win, the first of its kind since 2003. Ateneo finished the season almost unscathed at 16-1, with their lone loss in Game 2 of the series, a very chippy one to say the least. In Game 3, Sotto came up clutch, scoring the go-ahead basket, 60-58, with about 30 seconds left as Ateneo came away with the 63-58 win to take the title. S.J. Belangel, Joaquim Manuel, Dave Ildefonso and Jason Credo, and coach Joe Silva all appeared in their last games for the Blue Eaglets. DLSU completes three-peat. New dethrones Ateneo. UAAP Season 80 volleyball tournament was filled with lasting memories that will surely be remembered for a long time. Numerous upsets in the eliminations, great games, and much more were the name of the game for the women's tournament. However, a long-time rivalry was rekindled when two-time defending champs De La Salle Lady Spikers met 29-time title holders Fu Lady Tamaros for all the marbles last May. Kim Kyanadai, Majoy Barron, and Dawn McIndilly all ended their careers on a high note as they swept graduating Bernadette Pons and the Lady Tamaros in 2 straight games to win their 3rd straight title. Graduating libero McIndilly was named Finals MVP for the first and final time in her collegiate career. Behind their magnificent floor defense and some stellar play from Finals MVP Brian Bagunas, the new Bulldogs also swept 3-time defending champions Ateneo Blue Eagles to reclaim a title they last enjoyed in season 76. Hispejo, a 5-time UAAP MVP, had an awesome performance for the world's record books, scoring a record 55 points to force the Fu Tamaros to a do-or-die Final Four. The Blue Eagle legend had played his last and has since suited up for a semi-pro team in Japan's top-flight volleyball league. Alab fends off Mono Vampire to claim ABL title. San Miguel-backed Alab Pilipinas were such a glorious sight to see in the 8th season of the ASEAN Basketball League, ABL, last March. Coached by perennial fan favorite Jimmy Alapag in his very first season, the trio of Rinaldo Bachman, Justin Brownlee, and local and finals MVP Bobby Ray Parks to their first title in home soil. Alab faced Thailand-based Mono Vampire, who were led by Mike Singletary, towering Sam DeGuara, Philum Jason Brickman and Pinoy Paul Zamer. In the very same day as the coronation of the UAAP Volleyball Championships, Alab took home the crown in a rousing 102-92 victory in Sta. Rosa, much to the delight of the home crowd. Bachman, the league's Defensive Player of the Year, led Alab in scoring with 32, while Brownlee added 24 of his own. Parks added 13 markers. 2 imports played in the PBA for the Commissioner's Cup, where Bachman, San Miguel, and Brownlee, Ginebra, would face each other in the finals. Warriors send LeBron packing to Los Angeles. Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers locked horns in the NBA Finals for the 4th straight season after the two teams were pushed to the brink in the conference finals. Both teams were down 3-2 and won Game 7 on the road to win their respective conferences, with both teams banking on experience to forge another bout in the championship series. Game 1 was undoubtedly the most exciting game in the series as LeBron James had an epic performance of 51 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. However, J.R. Smith's blunder at the end of regulation became the lasting image of that game as he dribbled out the clock with the score tied at 107 all. The defending champions rode the surge and took the opening game 124-114. Stephen Curry's brilliant performance throughout the series was overshadowed by Kevin Durant's dagger in Game 3, a few feet away from the spot where he launched the go-ahead three in Game 3 of the 2017 NBA Finals. Durant was named as the Bill Russell Finals MVP after norming 28.8 ppg, 10.8 rpg, and 7.5 APG in the four-game sweep, demolishing the Cavs 108-85 in the series finale last June. It would also be the last game LeBron James had in a Cleveland Cavaliers uniform as he bolted for the Los Angeles Lakers almost a month later. France rules 2018 FIFA World Cup. The most coveted title of the beautiful game returned to France after 2 decades. The youthful French squad celebrated their conquest soaked in a downpour in Moscow after a 4-2 victory over first-time finalist Croatia in the 2018 FIFA World Cup last July. Teenager Kylian Mbappé stood out in the French team composed of a bunch of 25 and under players. Speed, strength and youth became France's biggest asset during the quadrennial football spectacle watched by almost 3.5 billion viewers around the world. The 19-year-old migrant scored one of the 4 goals in the championship match to become the second team to score a goal in the finals after the legendary Pelé back in 1958. France defeated Belgium in the semi-final, 1-0, while Croatia outlasted the favored Russians in penalty shootout, 4-3, 2-2. The French team also displayed diversity, with players born of migrant parents including Alphonse Areola, whose parents are both Filipinos working in France. Pack on top, the Filipino flash returns. The most celebrated Filipino athlete continued make the headlines this year. Manny Pacquiao stripped Lucas Mathis of his WBA welterweight world championship belt with a 7th-round technical knockout win in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia in July. Pacquiao split with longtime trainer Freddie Roach during his build-up for the Mathis bout back in April, but confirmed their partnership once again for the 40-year-old boxer's title defense against Adrian Broner next year. Nonito Donaire Jr. announced that he would be going back down to super bantamweight after a loss to Carl Frampton in April for the interim WBO featherweight belt and would be taking part in the World Boxing Super Series' super bantamweight tournament. Matched up in the quarter-final round against Ryan Burnett back in November, Donaire scored what many consider an upset, winning via TKO after the Irishman suffered a back injury to snatch the WBA Super Bantamweight World Championship. Up next for Donaire will be WBO Super Bantamweight World Champion Zolani Teed of South Africa in the semi-finals. Pine Power in the Asian Games. The Philippines participated in the 18th Asian Games held in Jakarta and Palembang, Indonesia, that ran from August 18 to September 2. A total of 272 athletes that participated in 31 sports represented the country in the quadrennial meet, with Jordan Clarkson of the Cleveland Cavaliers and medalist Margiel and Didal marching as flag bearers in the opening and closing ceremonies, respectively. Rio Olympian Hidalgo Diaz gave the FI its first gold medal in women's 53 kg weightlifting. 5 days after Diaz's victory, the trio of Yuka Seiso, Bianca Pagdanganan and Lois Kagot accounted for the women's golf team int. Seiso also bagged the individual gold. In Palembang, Didal rolled her way into winning the women's street skateboard gold. The celebrated men's basketball team started out strong after routing Kazakhstan, but lost by 2 points to China in the group stage. The Gilas Pilipinas squad advanced in the quarterfinals, but bowed down to South Korea by 9 points, eventually settling for a 5th spot in the classification phase after wins over Japan and Syria. The FI finished with a 4-2-15 gold, silver, bronze haul and landed at 19th spot, 3 places higher than its 2014 finish in Incheon, South Korea. Red Lions roar, Blue Eagles soar. San Beda University continued its mastery over the NCAA as it annexed its 3rd straight title and 22nd overall. The Red Lions grabbed its 11th crown in 13 years at the expense of Lyceum of the Philippines University. It was one-sided championship series, just like in their finals meeting last year, with the San Beda ripping the Pirates apart in Game 1 with LPU playing sans its best player in CJ Perez, who was banned for one game after failing to notify the league of his intention to join the PBA draft. Perez returned in Game 2, but even his presence didn't stop the Red Lions from painting the NCAA red once again. In probably one of the most memorable UAAP season in recent years, Ateneo de Manila University won its second straight crown. Ivorian Tower and Rookie of the Year 6'11" Ange Cao made an immediate impact for the Blue Eagles, complementing the already stacked Ateneo squad led by finals MVP 30 Ravina. But the glory of Ateneo was overshadowed by the Cinderella story of the team it's vanquished in the finals. Climbing up from the cellar in the past years, University of the Philippines made history by making it in the finals for the first time since winning it all in 1986. But before their championship stint, the Fighting Maroons ended a two-decade Final Four drought. Up then shocked twice to beat Adamson University with both games decided by game winners. Ateneo came in the series as the title favorites, but overwhelming support from a very hungry UP community and underdogs fans backed the Fighting Maroons. But in the end, it was the Blue Eagles championship experience that prevailed. Pinoys make wave in MMA. Fighters under Team Lackey flexed their muscles in one championship. Flyweight star Gigi Eustaquio opened the year with an interim championship win over former champion Khalid Akhmatov in Manila back in January. Eustaquio then defeated two-time champion Adriano Mores in Macau last July to become the undisputed one flyweight world champion. Joshua Pacquiao earned the one strawweight world championship last September after a unanimous decision win over two-time champion Japanese Yoshitaka Naito. Kevin Bellingham dropped former world title challenger Andrew Leone with a now famous spinning back kick in April. He followed it up with a dominating win over then two-division world champion Martin Guillen to capture the one interim bantamweight world champion. Bellingham ended the 5-year reign and 7-year winning streak of longtime bantamweight king Brazilian Bibiano Fernandes in November via split decision. Edward Falayang outclassed Singaporean contender Amir Khan at one Conquest of Champions in Manila in early December to bag the one lightweight world championship for the second time in his storied career. Brave Combat Federation bantamweight world champion Stephen Lohman successfully defended his title twice in 2018. Reigning one heavyweight world champion Brandon Vera needed only 64 seconds to knock out hard-hitting Italian challenger Mauro Cirilli in Manila early December to remain the king of the one championship heavyweight kingdom. Patron, Creamline rule respective club leagues. Creamline claimed its breakthrough championship in the Premier Volleyball League by sweeping Paymaya in the reinforced conference finals series last July. Alyssa Valdez finally ended a 2-year title drought with the Cool Smashers' victory. Creamline opposite hitter Michelle Gumabao was named Miss Globe Philippines during the Binibining Pilipinas 2018 last March. Gumabao represented the country in the 2018 Miss Globe in Albania last October and won the Miss Social Media and Dream Girl Awards while landing a spot in the top 15. The Cool Smashers completed a sweep of the PVL Season 2. After claiming the Open Conference crown at the expense of Ateneo Modalite via an emphatic series sweep this month. In the Philippine Superliga, Patron reigned supreme in the Grand Prix after taking down arch-rival F2 Logistics last May. Patron extended its supremacy in the sands after the tandem of Cici Rondina and Bernadette Pons defeated Danelaine Demontano and Jakayalan Eustaquio of Sta. Lucia in the Challenge Cup final last May. The Cargo Movers got its revenge in the Invitational Cup, toppling the Blaze Spikers in a series sweep last July. Patron wrapped the year with the All-Filipino Conference in its pocket. The Blaze Spikers won its first 14 games before dropping Game 2 of the finals. Patron swept F2 Logistics in Game 3